Today is April 8, 2014. It's Fat Tuesdays at the Mardi Gras Casino in Hallandale, Florida, where it's always a party. Tonight, rock legends The Zombies take the stage to what is sure to be an awesome performance. We are fortunate to be joined today by the Zombies, or at least two of them, for a free concert interview. We're here with Colin Bloomstone and Rod Argent. Welcome, guys, to South Florida.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
You guys just came off the Moody Blues cruise. How was that for you?
It was brilliant. 5 days sailing around the Caribbean with the Moody Blues and Roger Daltrey from Who, the Strawbs and lots of other bands. And beautiful sunshine. You couldn't ask for anything more. It was wonderful.
Awesome. Do you guys enjoy the close interaction with the fans that this type of cruise atmosphere provides?
Yeah, it's great. And they're all really relaxed and loving all the music. All the technical side of it is really good. So all the bands sound great. As good as they can. They're shown to their best advantage. It's a very nice experience, actually. It's the second time we've done it.
Awesome. How did the name The Zombies originate?
Well, it was just a chance thing, really. We had a couple of other names when we very first started off as kids near London and in the early 60s. And then one of the boys just came up with the idea of The Zombies. There was no deep meaning to it. It was just that it was an unusual name. And of course it was before the Zombies phenomenon. There were no Zombies TV programs or anything like that. But it sounded like a good, snappy name, and it stuck. And so we've remained the Zombies ever since.
I like it. It's actually they're popular now.
They really are.
Right?
But we were asked recently if what our favourite zombie film was, and neither of us have ever seen one.
Oh. I haven't either, actually, but my daughter is into that.
Yeah.
There's this program that she watches.
Sure.
Anyway, what would you say was the funniest or most embarrassing moment that you guys experienced on stage?
There's probably been quite a few. I can remember playing in an indoor show at Wembley Arena. It's probably about 10 or 12,000 people, and the band went round on a revolving stage, and there wasn't room for me, so I walked on, but I walked on too soon. The revolving stage went round very, very slowly. So there's 10,000 people out there going crazy, and I walked out, but the band wasn't with me.
Oh.
So I just had to stand there for about 2 minutes and wait for the band to catch me up. I mean, that's just one that comes to mind, but I'm sure there are thousands of things.
Funny. Is there a group or individual, past or present, that you would just love to get on stage and play with?
I'm going to say something very, very obvious now. I have played with Ringo Starr, because I played on his all-star band in 2006. But I would have killed to have been on stage with the Beatles. I mean, I played with the Who. I played on the Who Are You album. But I mean, if I could have, for one performance, of being part of the Beatles, that would have been fantastic.
Awesome, right?
Yeah.
Cool. What would you say was the band that was the most fun to tour with, and why?
Well, we did do some dates with the Who, and that was pretty lively. I mean, I can remember them letting off a smoke bomb in the dressing room.
Really?
Tear gas, yeah, in the dressing room. We were sharing a dressing room.
We were just
with
about to go on stage, and Keith Moon let off the tear gas gun.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I couldn't see a thing. I went
know.
on stage, not being able to see.
That was pretty interesting. Playing gigs with the Who it keeps you on your toes.
Funny. Breathe Out, Breathe In was released in 2011. Do you have any albums or projects currently in the works?
Yeah, we've just recorded 2 tracks for our new album, our next album, and we're going to attempt, when we get back, to write and record an album during the course of this year.
Great. Looking forward to that. What would you say is the difference between the original Zombies and the Zombies of today?
Well, the guy that plays bass with us today was the original bass player with Argent. He's my cousin. But he was the first guy we ever asked to be in the Zombies, way back in 1961 when we had our first rehearsal. But he was in a great local band, and there was no reason for him to do that. So he said, I'll help you, but I can't join your band. So there's Jim, there's Colin and myself, obviously, from the original band. Sorry, I've forgotten the question.
What's the difference between the two?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, on stage, things feel remarkably similar. I think this band that we've got now is the best band I've ever played with, and I think they're really hot, really great. But it was great in the old days, and the similarities are remarkable because when you're on stage, it feels exactly the same as when you were 18 years old. You know, the actual feeling, and that's a real privilege to be this age and to be able to still get that feeling. So in some ways, things are very similar. I think the musicians in the band are all more travelled now in the sense of having gone through a long musical journey, and they're very, very good. They're probably more accomplished than the original band, but the feeling is remarkably the same.
Cool. Is there something that you're real good at that nobody knows?
Not that I can think of. Well, when I was younger, I was good at sport, yeah. But that was a long time ago.
All right, we'll go for this one then. If you were not a musician, what would you be?
Retired.
I can't believe that. I've made some contacts with friends that I knew from school, and I've missed their whole careers. They've all retired now, you know, and it's great though because it feels like we've still got a path forward. You know, we're at this age, but it still feels like we're breaking new ground, and that's a privilege, a big privilege. But I think same as Colin, I mean, what else? If we had another career, I would be retired. Yeah.
Okay, if you were to be stranded on an island, given a solar MP3 player where you can only download one album, what would it be?
I can't answer that question easily because I like so many different sorts of music. I'd cheat, and I'd have two or three. I would have, for classical music, I would have the Bart Goldberg variations, played by a Canadian pianist called Glenn Gould. For jazz, I would take one of the Miles Davis albums that he had before Kind of Blue with John Coltrane and Cannonball Adderley playing and Bill Evans. And for rock and roll, that's a big choice. Oh Jesus, I really don't know. I'm going to go right back to my roots, and I'd have the early Sun years from Elvis.
Cool. Okay. Now we're just going to do something. I'm just going to give you choices, like A or B, and really quick, and that'll be the end. Okay. Monty Python or Benny Hill?
Oh, Monty Python for me. What do you say?
Benny Hill. I don't know why.
I like Benny Hill. Steak or hamburger?
Steak.
Yeah, steak.
Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Beatles.
Football or soccer?
Soccer.
Okay.
That is football, by the way.
Well, I know, but yeah. I didn't know how to say it.
No, I know. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Janis Joplin or Stevie Nicks?
Janis Joplin for me.
Janis Joplin.
Great.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it.
Joni Mitchell.
Thank you, gentlemen. I really appreciate that.
Okay.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir.
So we just have the executives take